Hi, I'm Corrine from the BM Protocol for Better Back and Spine Health. I created the protocol to help people build a stronger core and have a healthier spine. If you want to hear some solutions for core strength and health, meet me on the mat. So one of the major causes of lower back pain is all the sitting we potentially do. When we spend hours at a desk or driving in a car, sitting on our couch, we're flexed in our hip flexors for a really long period of time, making them super tight. It can also lead to tight hamstrings, and it's definitely going to lead to weak, long glute muscles. So when this happens, we begin to move our pelvis, our lumbar spine, into an anterior tilt. And that anterior tilt is what puts a lot of strain in our lower back. If we do these next few moves with consistency, we can really start to alleviate the pain from sitting. So one of the most simple and effective ways you can help to alleviate some back pain and return the curvature to your spine is by doing a simple pelvic tuck. I'm going to move my arm out of the way simply so you can see what's happening in the small of my back, but you certainly don't need to do that. So when we're lying here on our mat with our arms long by our side, we want to have a natural curve here in the small of our back. And what we want to do is take a nice inhaling breath, and then we want to exhale, tucking our hip up towards our lower rib and pushing the small of our back into the mat gently. And then we want to inhale, let the tailbone be heavy, and rock the pelvis back to that beginning position, neutral spine. Exhale, tucking the hip towards the lower rib, pushing firmly into the mat. And inhale, releasing, rocking back to neutral. So we're going to come into a bridge now where we articulate through the vertebrae of our spine. We're going to come to lying on our back with our feet hip distance apart, grounded with equal weight in our big toe, our baby toe, and our heel. Our arms are long by our side, and right now we should have just that natural arch in the small of our back. We're going to take a nice inhale, tuck our pelvis into a pelvic tilt by pulling our hips up towards our ribs. And then we're going to exhale, starting to peel each vertebrae off the mat until we're up nice and high without popping the belly out. We're going to take an inhale here, the hands and shoulders lengthen towards the feet. The thighs are squeezing slightly towards each other. And we're going to exhale, breathing out, drawing the navel down and in, and trying to roll each vertebrae back to the mat one at a time, hitting imprint and rocking back to neutral. So one of the best things we can do to help relieve lower back pain is to stretch out some of the muscles that might be pulling us into that anterior tilt. So we're going to do an upright hip flexor stretch. We're going to come onto our knees on the mat. We're going to step one foot forward, slightly pushing our hips, our pelvis forward so that you start to feel a stretch in the front of this back hip, squeezing our glute here and growing tall through our spine. As we squeeze here, pushing the hip flexor slightly open. We're just breathing into that, holding, and then releasing and moving into the other side. You could do 10 to 12 reps of each of these moves safely and effectively every day. Remember, consistency is what is going to alleviate your back pain. Feel free to reach out to me on my website, thebmprotocol.info, if you need more help and support.